Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2026 TEG member event. It's great to see some familiar faces from last year and plenty of you who've stayed in touch over the last 12 months. It's fitting that last year was our first in this smashing venue, looking back at 25 years together with you, our members. We're back in Milton Keynes again, and this time we're looking forwards. The theme of this year's event is safety and trust. And trust is important, isn't it? Whenever we put our faith in someone new, it's never just business, it's personal. Building a network that we can trust can be our greatest asset, but it isn't easy. It's a challenge that we all face in one way or another when we're trying to build that trust while growing a business and protecting our reputation. Tonight is one of those rare occasions when we all get to have proper conversations and build real relationships face to face. But when freight needs to move and collaboration happens at breakneck speed, we don't always have the luxury of putting faces to names and taking our time to build that trust. That's why we're transforming the ways that we build trust to create a more secure and resilient platform. We're embedding verification in the key moments of risk, from bookings through to collections and payments, to give you full confidence that you always know who you're working with. Tonight, we'll hear from 3 product heads who are making this happen. Ben heads up Trusted's latest developments, and he'll be kicking us off by showing how Trusted loads are ensuring that the right driver in the right vehicle is doing every load, building a much-needed layer of visibility and security while making sure that legitimate members win more work. Diana will explain how Trusted verified drivers are extending those benefits to fleets, helping you navigate compliance challenges with ease and creating a level playing field where everyone moving freight, from owner-operators to nationwide fleets, meets the same standards. Last but not least, Abhishek has some big news on payments. We're thrilled with the way that you've taken on and benefited from SmartPay. So we're taking that payment infrastructure that you already rely on and giving you the ability to enjoy the benefits of faster and safer payments across your businesses. We are committed to creating a fair and level playing field where everyone is accountable and everyone has access to the same tools and opportunities. We are dedicated to being your partner in growth, whether you joined the platform 20 years ago, 2 years ago, or 2 days ago. And who better to hear that from than someone who's been here since the very beginning? Please join me in welcoming our CEO and founder, Lyle Cresswell, and our CRO, Sam Wilkinson, to the stage.
Thanks, mate. Well done. Good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to our TEG 2026 member event. My name's Sam Wilkinson. I'm a member of the exec team here, and it's my pleasure to sit down with our founder and CEO, Lyle Cresswell. Lyle, welcome.
Thanks, Sam. It's brilliant to be back here in Milton Keynes. For those of you that came last year for TEG 25, we're another year on, and we had great feedback from everybody who came last year. So welcome back to those who came last year, and if you're new to TEG, it's fantastic to see you.
These events are so important for us, Lyle. I know it's a big fixture on our calendar, and we really enjoy spending so much quality face time with our member businesses. So thank you to everyone for making the journey here tonight. Lyle, the theme of tonight's event behind us here is the safest place to do business. That really is a big claim. What do we mean by that?
Yeah, so safety and trust have really been foundational to everything that we've striven for over the past 26 years. Safety and trust isn't one single product, and it's not one single solution. It's actually a comprehensive mix of tech, of policy, of governance, and over the past quarter of a century, we've managed to actually come up with a recipe, if you like, which works. But now, especially with the introduction of some of the new technical innovations, we're able to take that to a new level. So as I say, it's a very foundational thing, and we put a lot of effort into making the platform safe and secure.
And safe and secure can mean a lot of different things. I know you've got different ways of thinking about it. So for our members and their use on the platform, what does trust and safety mean in practice?
So I put it into two pots. So one aspect is operational, and the other, which is somewhat overlooked sometimes, is financial. Operational kind of speaks for itself, and I don't want to take away from what Ben's about to present after we've spoken. He's got some very interesting news about that. Financial is very, very interesting. Obviously, on a platform like TEG, it's essential that everybody gets paid. And with Smart Pay, which is now really at around about 90% adoption rates within the platform, we're seeing a large uplift in that kind of aspect of safety and trust.
Absolutely. So we'll be seeing a lot from our team this afternoon and into our breakout sessions this evening. And a big part of this now is how we bring trusted into every vehicle, every driver, and every load. So we'll be seeing a lot more of that coming up. Lyle, one question that's maybe on some of our minds is why now? Why safety and why now? Considering the headlines that we see, cost pressures being as high as they are, customer expectations being as high as ever, why is safety important and why now?
Yes, as I say, it's always been something that we've put a lot of effort into, but especially now with the current backdrop. I don't need to say to anybody in the room here tonight that there's no room for anything to go wrong in our industry. Every load, every driver, every payment really needs to happen as planned. Safety, as I say, isn't just about the movement of cargo. It also comes back into the financial aspect, and you've only got to look around at the number of failures, especially in the haulage industry, for example, over the past couple of years. And I see it really as fundamental to our mission to say, how can TEG be the safest place for businesses who are operating in transport and logistics?
Trusted is a brand that a lot of the audience will be familiar with now. It's been around for a number of years on the platform, and it's underpinning a lot of the work that we're doing moving forward, Lyle. Could you bring us up to speed in terms of what we've been up to and maybe what the big picture is moving forwards?
Yes, so Trusted is something that we started building that, I think it was over 6 years ago now. And to begin with, it was very much focused on improving the levels of compliance within the business and the verification of the key people within those businesses. What we've now been able to do, as well as the kind of ongoing monitoring of businesses on the platform, is to bring some of this new tech which is available and really go down to the load level. So you're going to hear Ben talk about this in a short while. Why do we do that? Well, obviously, it's important that businesses that are active on the platform know who they're working with. That's a given. But we also see it as quite instrumental in the future success of the platform, which at the end of the day, you need it to be a safe and secure place to do business. So the intention is obviously with Trusted really being available at the load level, we will see more compliance in the carriers and the drivers, and that will result in more freight coming into the platform, which is to the benefit of everyone.
Absolutely. So to really drive that home, what we're saying here is that Trusted now going deeper into the platform, further into the platform, allows drivers and carriers to become more compliant, attracting better quality loads to the platform, which in turn grow our member businesses with us, which is absolutely fantastic. We mentioned financial safety earlier, Lyle. Again, another term that will be familiar to the audience is Smart Pay. We've been on a journey with that. Could you talk us through where we've been up to and what's coming next?
Yeah, so that's really come on since I sat here last year. We're now up at around 90% adoption. So when I talk about that, I mean that around 90% of the invoices which are either created within TEG or uploaded are now getting paid through Smart Pay. And I think hopefully everybody in the room agrees with me, but that's resulted in a huge efficiency gain, whether you're paying or receiving monies through the platform. I think that the automation, if you think back to the pre-Smart Pay world, which was largely manual, recording invoices, doing the reconciliation, approving, looking at the paperwork, the PODs and such like, which accompanied them, and then actually maintaining payment information and settling those invoices was a very laborious undertaking. And SmartPay really has automated pretty much that whole process, which I think is to the benefit of everybody, hopefully, on the platform. It's also, that's kind of now a given in my mind, but it's also allowed us to do something quite serious, which we've wanted to do for a long time, and that's to be much more proactive with credit control. So if you can imagine that before SmartPay, we were somewhat reactive in the way that we could handle bad debt or slow paying accounts. You know, we were reliant on members saying, I'm not being paid by member X, and then we'd have to go and investigate that and such like. But now with SmartPay, we've actually got much more transparency over that. So, you know, a typical 30 days end of month invoice, if it hasn't been paid, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 days after month end, we know about it. It hasn't been paid. And I think that really improves the user experience on the platform. So hopefully that takes our game to that next level.
Excellent. So that's really bringing that financial element to bear. It's not only the safety of the drivers, the vehicles, licenses, insurances, but it's actually making sure that money, that payment arrives on time for me. And Abhishek's going to have a lot of very exciting stuff to announce in just a few minutes. So Lyle, before we do get onto those presentations, one last question from my side. If you could give our member businesses here tonight one thing to take away with them on their way back this evening, what would it be?
So, look, you can see around, and hopefully you'll all meet. So we've got quite a number of our colleagues here tonight. We really continue to put a huge amount of effort and also resource into being an innovative business, and that's really baked into our DNA. We really see that we can make the industry and your businesses so much more efficient, more effective, reduce those points of friction. We've already crossed off a lot of that. I just spoke about pay. That was a big part of it, but there's still a way to go. And to that end, I mean, over the past couple of years, it's worth me mentioning. I know I'm not answering your question directly, but it's worth mentioning that we've had an apprenticeship scheme, which we started 2 or 3 years ago. We now, in the past 12, 18 months, have started a graduate recruitment scheme. And that has really brought in a whole cohort of fresh talent, energy into the business. And hopefully that's reflected in your experience with interacting with TEG. Again, why are we doing it all? I come back to the theme for this evening, which is to make TEG the safest and most secure place to do business for your businesses. And why is that important? Because we want there to be more activity on there. We want the platform to be a springboard for your growth and your success. And at the moment, we have around about 3 million loads each year being actually transacted through the platform. And I can quite see that probably doubling over the next 2-3 years. So fundamentally, that's what we're here to do. And I think you'll hear now from 3 of our colleagues, and then after the presentations here, we'll be doing demonstrations, and you can chat to any of our colleagues here to get more of the detail in what we're talking about.
Very well put, Lyle. Thank you very much. So without further ado, let's get on to the presentations. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ed. Great.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. It's always been a core part of our mission to give you, our members, the tools and the confidence to grow. That's why we're working with you to make TEG the safest place in the industry to do business, so you can double your growth with a network you can trust. We're now, like Sam said, going to hear from 3 product heads who are making that happen. If they're doing their job well, you'll have plenty of questions, but I'd ask you to please keep your powder dry until they're finished presenting, as there'll be plenty of time for demos and questions afterwards. So, without further ado, please give a warm welcome to Ben.
Welcome, everyone. It's great to see so many of you here. As we've heard, this event is about creating the safest place to do business. And over the next 10 minutes, I want to show you exactly what that means in practice, how we're elevating the security on every load, and giving you the tools that no one else in our industry has, enabling you to take your business to the next level. So when we say safe, we mean an industry where you never have to worry about rogue actors. An industry where every business, every driver, every vehicle, and every transaction is provably legitimate. In an industry like this, your business not only survives, but thrives. And our duty is to give you the tools and the environment to make this happen. So, what would the tools to thrive actually look to achieve? Well, they would protect the identity and the livelihood of drivers, preventing account sharing and account takeovers. They would protect your customers' goods whilst elevating your brands, securing freight and customer relationships at the same time. And it would protect margins for all by making sure rogue actors were never able to steal work from legitimate businesses. That tool, ladies and gentlemen, is Trusted Loads. And tonight we're very proud to launch Trusted Loads to all of you, our members. Trusted Loads guarantees that the driver assigned to your load is the driver that collects it, every time, no exceptions. That means an end to unauthorized reselling. Every driver on a trusted load must be trusted verified, and biometric checks ensure the right person always shows up. So how do you make it work? Well, once the load is allocated to the driver, they'll receive a notification as usual in their driver app, except this time, the driver completes a selfie check to verify their identity, tying the load to an authorized individual from the outset, and stamping the driver's authority over the job. No one else can complete this job, only that trusted, verified driver. Owner drivers, subcontracted fleets, and employees are all eligible, but they must be verified through Trusted first, ensuring every participant in this safe network is up to standards. As the driver completes this first verification, this pre-check card is generated for the load poster, which contains all of the assigned driver and vehicle details, complete with the load poster's brand and logo. This pre-check card contains everything that a load poster's customer might ask for. A driver name, driver's license, the vehicle make and model, the registration number, and the color. So, load posting businesses, make sure you're putting yourself forward in the best light and sharing this pre-check card with your customer so they know exactly who's attending in exactly what vehicle ahead of time. Then, when the driver arrives on site, they update their status in the mobile app and complete a second selfie check, reconfirming their identity as the same authorized individual who accepted the load, leaving no question that the driver that arrived was the same individual authorized from the start. This new commitment to safety and security means that with Trusted Loads, account sharing and reselling will never go undetected again. This branded load pass can also be scanned by the releasing party, giving additional confidence for those high-stakes moments on precious consignments and a slick, professional collection experience. Drivers that complete these on-site verifications and their load pass scans demonstrate themselves as the best of the best, ensure their work is protected from reselling, and reap the rewards of more bookings over time as they build up a history of good practice. Finally, each verification is tracked and logged by the system, providing an indisputable record of events to protect both load poster and driver in the event of any disputes. This combination of safety, security, and the opportunity for drivers to showcase their best behaviors means that transport and logistics operators that use the TEG platform are able to serve their customers like no one else in the industry, bringing in more work and more revenue. So that's how Trusted Loads delivers this safer and more protected experience for all involved. But we know it's also crucial to delight your customers at the same time if you want to build business relationships that last. With branded load passes, the load poster's logo, values, and personality are in your driver's hands at every touch point. No more generic documents that could belong to anyone, no more brandishing around the CX app, potentially releasing some sensitive information. Just 100% professionalism and trust in the hands of every driver. And drivers, Getting this pass scan isn't just a slick trick. The QR code, when scanned, instantly takes the releasing party, the viewer, to a web page that shows them everything they need to know about this load, reducing confusion at the gate and the risk of misloading and potentially a costly return trip. And as a load poster, how many times have you been asked to share driver information with your customer before the job, wasting valuable time pulling together vehicle information and pictures of driver's licenses and insurance documents? The pre-check card takes all of this hassle away, wrapping up all the key driver and vehicle details in a professional, branded package that you can send to your customer ahead of time. Driver's personal information is protected. We only share what's absolutely necessary and none of what isn't. Because to us, trust matters. That trust builds your reputation. And your reputation opens doors. More loads, bigger opportunities, and a competitive edge that sets you apart. So the businesses using these tools aren't just operating more safely. They're building something that compounds over time and reaping the rewards of doing so. Now, we've shown how legitimate businesses can use these tools to protect and grow. But how do we make sure bad actors can no longer exploit the system? Well, put simply, if a driver arrives and cannot complete the biometric check, the trusted loads collection cannot be completed. Progress in the driver app workflow will be stopped, and the relevant alerts will appear for the load poster to take action. Of course, we have intelligence baked into the app to detect when system errors occur, and we've got the fallbacks in place to ensure that no one is blocked unnecessarily. But the message is loud and clear. Authorized drivers only. Thank you. Thank you. So, that's how trusted and trusted loads stop rogue actors in their tracks, protecting from unauthorized collection and defending your business and your profits. And everything you've seen today covers pre-booking and collection site arrival, but the journey doesn't stop there. You've kept the faith in everything that we've built to date, and we thank you for that. But now it's time to take things a step further. Firstly, locations, or should I say, trusted locations. We're working with you to build the safest collection and delivery site network in the country with these easy-to-install NFC tags set up at the locations that see the most activity. With a simple tap of a mobile phone against one of these trusted tags, the system confirms that drivers arrive at the correct collection and delivery points and report this information back to load posters in real time. The clincher is, load posters can pass this value on to their customers. When working with TEG load posters, your customer gets full visibility into the drivers accessing their sites throughout the day with this site access dashboard. It contains the data for the loads associated with this particular collection site, and your customer gets incoming driver information to meet their ID requirements at the gate, the expected vehicle type and dimensions to get them prepared for loading, and the check-in and check-out times, and a history of exactly who attended and when, all at their fingertips, all as a result of doing business with you. So these aren't just products for you to use, but the total business toolkit that makes your business stand head and shoulders above the rest. So if you're a load poster and you work with a customer regularly, you believe they could benefit from a standardized collection or delivery process that puts your brand first, let us know, and we'll work with you directly to make a change that takes this customer relationship to the next level. Next up is trusted vehicles. We're building new tools to verify and check the vehicles that you use on the road. Using AI-based computer vision, drivers can scan their most prized asset in seconds and put this up-to-date information at the forefront of their quotes. Because every load poster wants to book a vehicle that they can be proud of. And this isn't some future fantasy. This technology is here and now. And for those of you who haven't seen it already, we've got a fantastic live demonstration of this feature available this evening. Thank you. Very kind. And this means for load posters, you'll have every important detail available for you to review before a single wheel even turns. No more discovering that the driver you assigned arrived in a vehicle that didn't meet your standards, or even worse, a different vehicle altogether. We're expecting this to transform the information quality provided at quoting, which means the professional driver that takes pride in their vehicle and pride in their profession has more chance of winning work more often. So now you've heard how Trusted Loads protects your cargo and your business. In fact, we've already seen over 10,000 Trusted Loads completed to date. But don't take my word for it. Here is some of the real feedback we've received from member businesses just like yours as to how Trusted Loads has changed the game for them. And it's just the beginning. With our joint commitment to high standards, we've grown together to 3 million loads. And by transacting in the safest place to do business, we will grow further together to 6 million protected loads per year, doubling business for all, because safety is our collective advantage. So, I'm sure you all agree, we're truly building things that the industry has never had before, and we need your input to shape it. We need load posting businesses looking to strengthen their customer relationships and deliver a truly differentiated service to partner with us. And we need drivers and fleets to be the first to use our pioneering technology to showcase their commitment to the highest standards, winning more work in the process. So I hope to see you all in our demo stand at a few moments' time, where we'll be showcasing all of this exciting stuff. So whether you have any questions or simply just want to get stuck in, come and find us, tell us what you need, and we will build the safest place to do business together. Thank you. Next up, Diana is going to show us how the trusted driver is the foundation of everything we're looking to achieve and how you can become one. Please welcome Diana.
Thank you. Thank you, Ben. You've just heard about the great benefits of Trusted and how it can protect your work and your business. At the heart of all this innovation are trusted drivers. In my presentation, I'll share why it's important and how you can become a trusted driver. So why is it important? Trusted drivers are the future of doing business together, putting safety first by meeting the highest transport compliance standards. Together as members, you've completed 3 million loads annually. Imagine doubling business for all to 6 million loads. With safety as our collective advantage, all members can confidently work together on the platform. This is the safest place to do business and to grow your business. We're making it easier to meet the highest transport compliance standards, standards that you can confidently expect on our platform. Every trusted driver is legitimate and trustworthy, whether they're one of your regulars or someone you've never met before. But we know it's hard work to collect all this information. Time spent on documents is not spent on deliveries. The Trusted Driver Profile centralizes all the necessary information needed to establish trust and to start working together. We've taken the guesswork out of getting to know who is carrying your freight. And going digital means no more scanning, printing, or photocopying. Your Trusted Driver Profile is your digital compliance, your proof that you're ready to work anywhere, anytime, and for anyone. For members of all sizes, solo drivers to fleet operators, every trusted driver in your business means you're protecting your work and positioning yourself to grow your business safely. For carriers, drivers, and subcontractors, your trusted profile helps you win more work and win it quicker. For example, you'll stand out when quoting because you're safe to work with and you're eligible for trusted loads. For load postos, post more work and allocate with confidence, knowing that any trusted driver on the platform can safely handle your loads. Even better news, all our member drivers have already completed their profiles. You're leading the way. You were the first to become trusted drivers. Your current profile means you are ready to work. For our fleet operators, we are now extending trusted driver profiles to your employee drivers and subcontractors. So not only is your business trusted verified, but the individual drivers and subbies will each have their own profile. About 100 fleet operators have already started and are finding the process simple, easy, and straightforward. So if you're a fleet operator and you would like to get started with onboarding trusted drivers, here's how in 3 steps. Step 1, send the email invitation to your driver. Step 2, your driver will complete their trusted profile. All the documents, insurances, and information you normally collect can be easily uploaded in minutes. As the fleet manager, you can review all the information and check the box to approve the profile. Once approved, they're ready to work. From the UK to Europe, you are joining the largest and most secure road transportation network. You can work confidently with any trusted driver on our platform. So to summarize, trusted drivers are here and ready for you. Come meet us at the demo station after to learn more. Thank you. And now, Abhishek will explain how to grow your business with SmartPay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Naina. Hi, everyone. You've just heard how our new innovations of trusted loads and trusted drivers are making the platform secure. Together, they provide you a safe haven, a place where you know exactly who you're dealing with and where every load is protected end to end. But here's the thing about safe havens. They're not only a safe place to operate, but a launchpad to grow from. And that is what SmartPay is for. While it has proven already to be the best tool out there for managing transport finances, it is also your growth partner. Every business in this room has ambitions. More loads, a bigger fleet, steadier cash flow, or simply spending less time chasing invoices. Our mission with SmartPay has always been to turn your ambitions into a financial reality. And the innovations we are announcing tonight deliver just that. But before we get into it, let's see how far we've come. A year ago, we stood on this very stage and made 2 promises. That SmartPay will become the standard for making payments on the platform, and that early payments will give you instant access to the cash sitting in your invoices. We've kept both. Today, more than 90% of the invoices on the platform run through SmartPay. That is over £1 billion of your earnings processed cleanly, reconciled automatically, and paid with certainty. Furthermore, SmartPay invoices are now covered by TEG's credit control. So if a payment is late, it is our problem now. We chase it, and if it still remains unpaid, we remove the load poster from the platform, making the platform safer for everyone. Think about what that means for you. All that time and effort spent chasing late payments can now be devoted to what actually matters to you and your business. TEG runs credit control now, so you don't have to. And then there's finance. We've been delighted to see how much you all love our early payment solutions. Over 3,500 businesses relied on it in the last year alone. And the average time to pay a financed invoice last year was 3 minutes and 56 seconds. Not 30 days end of month, 3 minutes and 56 seconds. That is cash flowing for you at motorway speeds. No other solution in the market matches that. These early payment options, they're all very flexible. 60-minute early payments work invoice by invoice. Pay Me Now is your entire book on tap, whenever you want it. And SmartBook is the whole lot, contracted at preferred rates. So whatever shape your business is, we have an option that fits. SmartPay has quickly become central to how businesses operate on the platform. One member recently told us how SmartPay has helped them double their loads and revenue with just 2 people. Not by working harder, but by running a smarter business. Make note, that is exactly what a growth partner looks like. SmartPay frees up your time. It unlocks your cash and makes room for the work that actually matters to your business, the work that actually grows your business. And this year, it is going to open doors for your business that have been closed for a long time. 3 things: payment guarantee, certified statements, and new payment capabilities to protect, prove, and pay. Each one a lever for growth. Let's jump into detail. First up, payment guarantee. Let's just go back to early payments for a moment. Every flavor of early payments comes with a powerful promise built in. If your customer doesn't pay, we don't come back to you. That is non-recourse protection. TEG carries the risk, so you don't have to. But what if you don't need early payment but still want that protection? As an industry first, payment guarantee is that same promise on its own. Opt-in and the invoice you raise is protected. If the payment is late, we chase it. And if it remains unpaid, we still pay you 31 days after the due date, no matter what. It works without additional paperwork and on a simple fixed price. Payment guarantee is your license to scale. It provides the kind of cover that lets you quote more confidently and take on bigger customers without worrying about payment. I'm pleased to announce payment guarantee is currently live with select members and will be rolling out across the platform this year. At 1%, this will be the best value payment guarantee in the industry. Thank you. Now, finally, you can focus on trading and focus on winning work and not worry about getting paid. Now, all this talk about scaling is great, but we know it is not easy, especially when it comes to accessing finance. When we talk to businesses on the platform, sooner or later, everyone says the same thing. I've got a great business, but I cannot prove it to the bank. Month on month, this industry doesn't look like a salary. 50 loads one month, 85 the next. Banks do not know how to read the industry, so good businesses get turned away from the finance they deserve. And we all know how O license rules force you to park thousands of pounds for every vehicle you run, just to prove the money is there. It is a double lock on your business. The cash you have is locked away in the bank, and the inability to prove your business's worth locks you out of the funding you need. We're solving both of these issues with certified statements on SmartPay. SmartPay liquidity statements will give you a certified snapshot of your PayMeNow balance. That is cash you have earned already, sitting in your outstanding invoices and available to draw down at any time through PayMeNow. It qualifies as proof of funds with the Traffic Commissioner. So if you rely on this statement, you can put to work the money you have parked in the bank right away. Instead, your PayMeNow balance will be your route to satisfying the requirements for the license now. There is also another statement, SmartPay revenue statements. These statements will turn your platform trading history into a proof of income, signed by an accountant. That is up to 12 months of trading history in the language banks understand. And not just banks, but also leasing companies, landlords, and everyone else. Together, these statements are 2 credentials built to unlock growth of your business. They will be available to you at no extra cost. And we will also field queries from your banks about confirming these statements. So you've always known what your business is worth. With these statements now, you'll be able to prove it. Thank you. So that's 2 things covered, right? Protect with payment guarantee and prove with certified statements. Which brings us to the 3rd lever, pay. Because paying on the platform is great, but what about off it? Many of you in this room are carriers as well as load posters. You have a network of subcontractors outside the platform, and paying them today is a separate headache. Same old struggles of disparate systems, manual bank transfers, and hours of reconciliation. This year, SmartPay will extend to every subcontractor you have onboarded through trusted drivers, both on platform and off. So your verified drivers and subcontractors will become payable drivers and subcontractors with all the benefits of SmartPay. Contextual invoicing, one-click payments, automatic remittance, and early payment options. All of it. And for those of you putting cross-border work on the back burner, that excuse is going away too. From this year, SmartPay will cover European payments in the currency of your choice, with multi-currency invoicing, cross-border VAT, and FX, all handled for you. So now payment guarantees, early payments, and TEG's credit control. The whole lot will be available wherever you work. So let's bring this together. A year ago, SmartPay was simply where payments happened. What you've seen tonight is something far greater. It is not just an invoicing app or a payments tool. It is financial infrastructure, purpose-built for the transport industry and designed to help businesses like yours grow. And the most important part is this: we did not build any of this alone. Every feature, every innovation on the platform has been shaped alongside you, our valued members. Together, we have scaled to 3 million loads a year. And now this flywheel of trust, security, and certainty is about to double the platform, charging forward from 3 to 6 million loads a year. That is 6 million loads secured by Trusted, 6 million loads moved by trusted drivers, and 6 million loads paid with the certainty of SmartPay. This future is no longer an idea. It is taking shape already. And the opportunity is for everyone equally to double your loads, to double your vehicles, and to double your revenue. So come join us and lead the way. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Abhishek. Now it's time for awards. And before we announce today's winners, just a quick word on what these awards represent. They're based on real engagement across the platform, consistency, participation, and professionalism. These winners represent companies and people who don't just operate on the platform, they set the standard for how business is done within it, day in and day out. Introducing our award categories for this year, we have Courier Entrepreneur of the Year, we have CX Company of the Year, HX Company of the Year, and HX Freight Forwarder of the Year. Introducing our first award winner, Courier Entrepreneur of the Year. Will Gary Cummings please join us on stage? Let's be here. Congratulations.
Well done.
Grand. Congratulations. Now, please, more applause is great. Now, moving on to our winner of CX Company of the Year. Congratulations to Trust Move Logistics and Mohammed Mahdi. Very well done. Now, moving on to our HX Company of the Year. Reese, Direct Connect Logistics, can you please join us on stage?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And last, but by no means least, our final award is for Freight Forwarder of the Year. This is going to Shirley Transport. James Shirley. Congratulations.
Well done, Dave.
Amazing. I'm going to click on to the next slide where we have some words from this year's award winners. Better to hear it from them than from me. So without further ado, here we go.
Winning a Courier Company of the Year award is just not an award for us, it's a huge honor for us.
Direct Connect Logistics is so proud to have received this award.
I think it really shows the effort and the hard work that the team put in, the drivers, the people in the office.
This award means a great deal to us. From day one, it's always been just as important to us to look after our drivers as much as it has our customers. So receiving this hopefully means we're doing something right, and we'll certainly aim to keep living up to that expectation in the coming years.
This award really gives me that confidence and that nudge to keep going.
And without TEG, we wouldn't be able to be in the position that we're in now.
TEG helped me massively at the beginning to access work and loads.
I would like to say thanks to the CX and the TEG members who help us to promote the business on a good level.
We'd like to say a huge thank you to the Exchange, to our drivers and to our customers and to our team for helping us win this prestigious award.
It's really brilliant, as always, to see those awards and our very well-deserved winners this year. Recognising not just professional excellence, but the personal contribution of those who go the extra mile to make the platform a better place and a safer place to do business for everyone. The innovation that starts in this room doesn't end here. Now, it's time to see the impact in your own businesses. And we want to work together with you to make that happen. So I'd encourage you all to scan the QR code on screen and sign yourselves up for TEG's Innovator programme. Many of last year's innovators have been first adopters for solutions that are now firmly in action, helping them to build a network that they can trust and grow their businesses with confidence. We thank those of you who have participated, giving us your enthusiasm and your feedback, and we're delighted to be offering this programme for a second year running as a springboard for you to build safety into every load, win more work, and ultimately double your business. So that brings to an end this evening's presentations. We've got demo stations, food and drinks through the hall, so please do get stuck in and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.